Good morning, good evening, and welcome back to War Thunder. This time we're going to be driving and reviewing the German Rank 6 battle rating 9.3 main battle tank, the T72-M1. With that out of the way, let's take the T72-M1 into battle. So here we are on our first game. It's the map Advance to the Rhine. It is a single capture point this time around. We are going to take our tank into the middle of the map to try to get control of the capture point as quickly as possible. When we have control of this capture point, I was going to attempt a push into the center of the map, and from the center of the map you are able to control the flow of the game very effectively, basically covering all of the entry points and exit points of the enemy's spawn. You're also very well covered in the middle of the map with many buildings to just hide behind and rat around in, so that is the plan for the game. After having captured the alpha point with no enemy resistance whatsoever, we're just going to go up to this building, and from the position I was in now, I would be able to just murder any tanks crossing the road to try to contest alpha point. So the plan was to just kinda sit here and wait for the opponent to come. I did hear a lot of enemies to the right of this building, and the helicopter in front of me is also engaging, so we're just going to make our move now. First off, a T72 just drives right in front of us. Really not sure what he was doing. He didn't have a headset, but that is not super weird. Many players doesn't seem to carry around headsets. It is also that this is originally a Soviet tank, so many players may get confused when just hear the engine sounds. We're going to peek around the trap to just kill this T10. It is a formidable heavy tank, but with the APFSD this tank possesses, it's no problem for us. We're going to pop smoke to just rearm, and then we're going to turn around. I did pop smoke just to ensure my safety when just turning around. Since this tank has no reverse speed whatsoever, you basically always need to turn around and go forward. Now turning around, we see the engines that were making so much noise in the previous engagement. We killed the first tank with quite an easy shot to the side of his tank. The second tank is hidden behind the first one, so we shoot to immobilize him, and the second shot goes straight through his upper turret, which kills his crew. Now, having killed two enemies, we are going to just kinda wait on this building and peek around the corner to see another enemy. But we are now in a dilemma. We have multiple enemies right in front of us, and it's gonna be quite risky to just go forward. But we cannot stay in this position as well, since we're just going to get swarmed and we won't be able to get in a good position for later in the game. So I made the decision to just kinda push this man, since if we get him, we basically have the whole side street for ourselves. We managed to find a shot through the buildings, and we kill him with the fuel exploding. We now have great angles into the enemies on the park in the middle of the map, but the enemies have already gone down when we see them. So we're going to travel further into the map, and from the position I was aiming for, we are going to be able to kinda lock down the enemy's spawn. But here again we face another kind of crossroads. We have an enemy in front of us, and we have enemies to our right and to our... But we're just going to follow this friendly. We killed a BMP, but another BMP who was just like hiding on a hill tries to kill us, but luckily for us, I really don't know how he didn't kill us, but that is this. So we're going to take care of him, and another AMX just pulls out from the rubble. We kill him as well, not really sure how he didn't see me, maybe he was focused on the friendly T-55 in front of us. Now, having pushed even deeper after repairing, we are now face to face on a corner with this Italian OM-40. We try to pull forward and get the shot off in time, but unfortunately he does kill our tank by first shooting our barrel and then doing a follow-up shot to the lower front plate. Having used a backup, we absolutely murdered this AMX-13. Hearing engine noises behind us, we just quickly turn our turret. Our autoloader rams in a shell and we just murder another Soviet medium tank. Now, having killed 2 people on this side, we're just seeing that the enemies have already started to capture the Alpha zone. So we're going to just hurry over to that side. Now, when we are traveling on this road, or when you are traveling on this road, you need to be very careful over the right, since there are many angles enemies can shoot you from if they just spawn in. So be very careful when you're traveling down this road. When we are traveling, we just find another Soviet medium tank engaged in battle. We flank him and we just send a shot straight through his engine, which travels through the engine, creating a lot of spalling and then absolutely murdering his crew. Seeing that the friendlies have taken care of Alpha, we're just going to continue pushing even deeper. Now, hearing a engine right in front of us and seeing him through the rubber, we're just going to try and position ourselves, but the enemy does get his shot off first, taking out our reach. We're now in a very precarious situation. Maybe having pushed a bit too far, we are now reach and we can't really do anything. So we're just going to hopefully repair in time or hope that our friendly does take care of him. Looks like he had, but we are now facing another tank. He has traveled to our right and we are basically stuck in the position we are in, and that unfortunately comes back to bite us in the ass with a T-55 absolutely slamming us in the side. With 11 kills, we take first place in this victory on Advance to the Rhine, managing to earn a total of 10,349 research points and 105,478 silver lions. So for the second game, we are on the map going Quarry. This time it's a standard 3 capture point battle. I've taken the T72-M1 to the Charlie Point for one reason and one reason only. It is a very bad tank in fighting in hilly terrain, but why have I taken it to the Charlie Point? Since in my opinion, capture point Charlie is the hardest point to retake after you have lost it. So therefore I want to secure that at the start of the game. I have brought my tank up to this flat point where I can play this tank without actually worrying about gun depression that much. And that is what you have to do in these tanks. You have to play around with the kind of disability that your tank has. So the Leopard 2K gets shot, we're going to help him repair and just watch the tanks going by. And if we are able to fire, we are of course going to. Unfortunately, we miss the wheeled tank going forward, so we're going to go to this ledge right here. We see a Type 16 just driving up. He doesn't have nearly enough underbrush to counter us there, and we just shoot him straight through his side. Not much of a threat, and we're going to just continue to be on the lookout. Now, I did see someone behind that big crane right here, but since I couldn't see him and since I just assumed he was behind the hill, I'm not gonna worry about him. Since I can't do anything about him, we're going to focus on the enemies right in front of us. We get a very lucky kill on this Chinese tank. We're just going to shoot him straight like on the roof of his tank, which luckily knocks out crew. Now, if you're just listening to what I hear now, I do hear another T-72 straight in front of us. Now, just waiting for another tank to appear, we find this Chinese tank and shoot him straight in his ammunition, which kills him. Now, the problem with this position now is that I'm kinda pinned in. The T-72 is like down below us, so we can't really push forward, and there are enemies on the Charlie Point. So we're kinda stuck here. So what I was thinking now was just basically just hit a bait on this hill and wait for any friendly reinforcements trying to come help us. After having waited for a while, we just move out and kill this Type 16 who was trying to flee from the area. Now, having eliminated all of the threats I could see on the left, the T72 has now pushed up to my direct front. Kind of fat-fingered and accidentally shot a shell, but doesn't really matter since the T72 didn't push up. So again, we're now kind of in a stalemate with this T72. I am going to try and ping for this Panzer 57 to hopefully come and help me, but fortunately he was too focused on clearing out the Bravo, so we're just going to have to stay like this for the foreseeable future. Now, when the T72 shot a round, I saw this as my only chance to kind of push forward and try to disable his barrel. Unfortunately, his cannon just kind of eats my entire round, and we get absolutely slammed by a AMX-32. Spawning in a T-72 once again, we just witnessed this friendly Raketen Automat gets absolutely murdered by a Chinese infantry fighting vehicle. So we just pull off to the side and we're going to just hide until we can get a visual on him. I do hear a tank to my immediate left, so we're going to try to get into a position to murder him as well. Not really sure where he was in this position, so we're going to continue to advance while keeping a lookout on our left. I wanted to kinda get out of my spawn so the enemies wouldn't know where I was located. But I feel kinda safe in this area right here behind this hill, so we're going to try to locate this tank on our left again. But we find a Japanese MBT to our direct front, and since we saw him, we can just kinda kill him. Now we find the enemy to our left. It's a Type 89. He just kinda eats my round, kind of a poor place shot, and we get absolutely murdered. Spotting in the tab to IP, we kill the Type 89 directly from the spawn. Now in the kill cam I saw another enemy tank to the immediate right, but the friendly does manage to kill him. Now I do also get my eyes on the T-72 who killed us in the beginning. We managed to eat his round and we place a shot straight through his lower front plate, killing him. And we managed to kill what presumably killed the Raketen Automat previously with a good shot to the side of his tank. So we're just going to finish up repairing and then we're gonna move to try to secure one of the capture points. Now moving into the center of the map, we do find a AFT-09 just spawn camping, so we kill him quite easily as he didn't know we were there. Now I did move into the middle of the map hoping the friendly SPAA would try to capture Charlie Point, as I repeatedly told him through voice commands. Now we do get a lucky shot on this Japanese recorded rifle rat thingy. So we try to machine gun him, but we do not manage to kill him. So we aim for the second shot, kill him straight, and we now have to focus on this AMX who maybe killed us. I'm not really sure if it was the same guy, but still we need to kill him in order to survive. So we try to get up, quickly shoot him. We kill his cannon breach, but he does manage to absolutely slam our ammunition. With the 11 kills translating into us taking first place in the team and earning a total of 9,951 research points and 82,919 silver lions.